I'm Walter Grayman of the Water Distribution Systems Analysis History Project. In the early 1990s, Lou Rossman developed the EPANET software for modeling water distribution networks. In the quarter of a century since then, there have been over 500,000 downloads of the software, making it one of the most successful software products in the field of water. In 2015, I interviewed Bob Clark, Lou's boss at EPA, and asked him how the idea for EPANET first came about.
And it was becoming obvious that we needed to come up with an integrated system that would involve both the hydraulic modeling as well as the water quality modeling together. And it happened that during that period while we were going through that sort of realization that I was giving a lecture at an in-house seminar at EPA, and I was talking about the work that we were doing, and Lou Rossman was sitting in the audience, and Lou approached me after the lecture, and he sort of challenged what I was doing and implied or said that he thought that it was basically trivial and a waste of time, as I recall. And I challenged him back, and I said, well, if you feel that way, then why don't you sit down and talk to me about it, and I'll explain to you what we're doing, and we'll see if you can help us with it. And Lou had a very excellent reputation as an engineering programmer, so he had the potential for being very helpful. We sat down and talked, and I explained to him what we were doing and gave him some data to work with, and he basically went home and over the weekend worked out a scheme for developing what turned out to be later as the basis for EPANET. I think the rest is history. I think one of the best decisions that I ever made with regard to EPANET was to make it public sector, because I think because of that, it's had wide dissemination. It's been very useful, and we've encouraged people to make modifications that would fit their own needs, and it's just been tremendously satisfying to see that the spread of the modeling becoming a standardized technique throughout the field.